What's up, my people? It is your boy AMG here, and this is my review of episode 51 of Attack on Titan. So I'm kind of irritated right now because I actually tried to do something different. I actually tried to watch the episode and do a P&P screen at the bottom of my video while I was recording the episode. So I was like screen recording and I was watching at the same time, and it was recording me, and I did the whole video. But for some reason, when I updated my software, my snowball microphone didn't sync it back into the place, like, well, when you do your settings and it says this is your primary means of recording. They did it through my web camera, and because I had my headphones in, it did not catch any of the audio, but it did all the video perfectly. So I'm really irritated about that. So let's just start off with the episode because it was hype as hell. Let's get it. So, we already know, last episode, that everything was going crazy because Armin told, all the soldiers, because he got to put in charge of a few. He told them to look inside the wall because he thinks that is going to be some, open space in there for people to live so they can hide from the scouts. And people was thinking he was crazy, the other scouts, but he was right. He found actually Rainer. Rainer comes out and stabs the scout who found, the hollow part of the wall, and then Levi comes in and stabs him in the neck and was about to. He was like, "You should have gone for the head." Like, literally, that's what this was. He should have gone for the head. He went for the neck. He should have went for the head. And Rainer falls to the ground. And he turns into the Armored Titan when he hits the ground. And we see, as the episode goes on, last episode, where, they transform, and we see all kinds of Titans transform. And we see the Beast Titan back there. And it makes me wonder, how did everybody transform like this? So let's get into 51. 51 starts off from there. And we see, the Titans are all surrounding. And then we see Rainer on the other side of the wall. And we find out the plan of the Titans is to attack the horses so they cannot get away. And then they have a small Titans rushing, the horses so they can kill them all. And after they kill the horses, they're going to go after Eren so they can't run away. So it'd be like an open space like that. Because we already know that even if they got away from Walmeria, they would still have that they would have that space there. That because there's that open, terrain. It would kind of be like Spider-Man in Homecoming, where because when he's not in New York, he's like running through houses and everything, running on the ground because he has nowhere to swing. That's basically what the scene would have been. Just them running from all the Titans, which they never would have got away like that. That would have been real funny to see. Just hundreds of people just running through there like that, and they could fly, but they can't. Anyway, moving on. But they go and try to attack Eren, and so Erwin comes up with a plan, and he's like, "Yo, Levi, you stay here, and they're gonna attack the Beast Titan, and then they're gonna have." I can't get her name right. It's Hange, Hange, the girl with the glasses, who they end up making the commander of the scouts, and then everyone came back. But she is going to protect she's going to actually beat the Armor Titan with Eren. And then we have another group who's protecting the horses. Now they're fighting, and we see Eren, he starts to crystallize his hands, and now this boy has brass knuckles or crystal knuckles, whatever you want to call them, and he's beating up Rainer like he's he had his pinky up. He was like literally he right hooked him, and dude, he was tearing him up. Like his nose broken to the side, his cheek was all swollen, but we know Titans regenerate real fast. But he was that armor was not nothing. I almost cussed. Sorry. That armor wasn't anything compared to like them hands. He had them hands, boy, and he's whooping his ass. And then, we see Rainer. He's trying to, punch him, attack him. And for some reason, all through this episode, a lot of the Titans was running like there was Naruto characters. Like, they turn into ninjas for some reason. Like, I don't know. They turned into ninjas. I don't know what that was about. Why every one of them turned into ninjas all of a sudden, but they did. And that was funny as hell for me. Like, they was running like this with their hands behind them. Like, what are y'all doing, bro? That was funny. But we see him try to spear, Eren. We see Rainer try to spear Eren like he is Triple H from the XD years. Like, he's trying to... Oh my gosh. He was trying to spear and I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, do you really think it's gonna hurt? And Aaron's just like, man, move out the way. Like, he's just pushing him to the side. I'm just like, yo. Then we actually see Rainer grab Eren. He grabs him by his foot. And do you guys remember that scene in Avengers where the Hulk grabs, Loki's foot in Avengers 1, and then he slams it. That's literally he was Bam Bam from the Flintstones. He said bam, 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 bam. And I was like, yeesh. Then he picked him up a little bit, and then he punched Eren in the face, and he slammed the ground. I was like, oh, snap. I was like, this is a good fight. They putting in that work, boy. Yo, that was pretty nice action piece. I was like, yeah, I'm loving this. Then we see, the rest of the scouts like Mikasa, and we see Erwin, and we pretty much just see the regiment that Eren went out with, that he came in with. And then we see, I get her name wrong, Hangi. Just, guys, I really need to figure out how to pronounce her name, and I can't for some reason. I need to figure out her first name so I can just do it that way, because I can never pronounce it for anything in the world. But anyway, so he comes in, and they have this new tool, and they call it Thunder Spear. It is kind of, pretty much, essentially, it is a rocket launcher. Like, they shoot it out, and it's kind of like a lightweight rocket launcher. They shoot it out, and it's kind of like a armor-piercing rocket. Shoot into his body. They made it specifically for Rainer, and then they pull it, so it's kind of like a grenade and a rocket at the same time, but it is a double-edged sword because you have to be a certain distance away because they don't have the string long enough to pull it. And if you're kind of far and you're trying to pull that, a Titan can just maybe cut in half or something. But I feel like if they hit it, they would accidentally, blow themselves up. So they're kind of close, and it's a double-edged sword because they will blow them back, the scouts back, but it will hurt the Titan at the same time. And so they all go in. They get him and they put the the rocket spears, the thunder spears, into Rainer, and he blows up. And then they blow out the nape of his neck. Then we see again, they do it again, and they're like, you need to go back in and get him again. And they're all looking scared, like, oh crap, not again. We almost died last time. Man, I'm gonna do this again. But they're like, let's go, let's do this. We came in here so we can help humanity. Let's go. They go in, they do it again, and it explodes. And literally, this time it goes so much deeper in there. Like, it was so close. Like, literally, the spears are like this close to Rainer's head inside his body. And then they pull the plug. And that is the end of the episode, bro. Yo, all I can say is, that was wild. The new weapons is wild. Too bad they cannot make it a distance, but if you need distance, then it's going to be you need aiming and all this other stuff, because if it's a distance, then the rockets will go too far out of place because they'll maybe hit pockets of air and change course of direction and stuff like that because they're super thin and stuff like that, and they're not as pointy at the tip and just all kinds of crazy stuff. But this episode is crazy. I cannot wait to see what happens with the Beast Titan next episode. I can't wait to see if Rainer is actually going to die. And where is Barthel? I'm going to call him Barth. He is nowhere in sight. And last time they fought, he popped out of nowhere and was a surprise attack. So I'm wondering where he is right now. But anyway, guys. Oh, and another thing. For some reason, one of the Titans was holding luggage. Like, they train them to do that, and I still want to figure out how they all transform like that. Like, are they all just humans like Eren and Rainer and Annie and stuff, and they can just transform now, or what's going on with that? Like, because they're supposed to be Titans, and I thought the only reason why the only way you could transform back is by eating human. Those regular ones were, so maybe they're not regular, but then we don't see them talk or anything. So that's interesting. Anyway, guys, that is the end of the video. Like the video if you like the video. Comment down below if you have anything to say. And subscribe if you want to see more content, because I am going to be doing episode reviews of Attack on Titan every week. My name is AMG, and anime, manga, gaming is all that. And I'm out, people. Peace.